Now at 6, the man accused of setting 3 fires in North Portland on purpose is set to appear in court today.
It's way too hot for anybody to be setting anything right now.
And why officials and neighbors say the end result could have been much worse.
Also this hour, we've heard about people breaking out of jail, but trying to break into one? That's what this video from Columbia County suggests. We're going to let you know what happened to this man who shattered the glass while repeatedly kicking the front door of the jail's lobby.
And later, a man uses music to deal with leaving a war-torn Ukraine behind. We'll tell you how he's working towards a better life as our 6 o'clock hour of sunrise starts right now. Good morning, and thank you for joining us on your Friday. I'm China Green.
And I'm Drew Carney. It is a Friday. We're a little Friday light this morning. No Chris McGinnis, but we've got plenty of Rod Hill.
Yes.
Rod focusing on that weekend forecast.
We have the rising sun. Beautiful. Love this camera, of course, this time of the morning. Shalem Tasting Room out in Sherwood. And it's going to be a beautiful day. We are expecting roughly a 10-degree warm-up from the last couple days. Last couple days have hit 80. Could hit 90 out there today. Here's the Wells Fargo building. Sun from this vantage point, covered up by the clouds a little bit there. 61 is the number. We'll be 76 at noon. Take advantage because the hours of especially 3, 4, 5 o'clock, you'll feel the heat being turned up for the first time in a couple days as we have a chance to get up to 90. And that is your Friday forecast.
Thank you, Rod. A man accused of deliberately setting 3 fires in North Portland is expected to appear in court today.
Portland Fire and Rescue says all 3 fires burned through brush in the Bluff area that overlooks Swan Island and the Willamette River. That's where Sunrise reporter Thomas Schultz is this morning over there in North Portland. So Thomas, this just happened yesterday. We're wondering if you can actually see any of that fire damage.
Well, Drew, fortunately, Portland Fire and Rescue, this is a testament to the job they did because you can't see the fire damage. But they did say this could have been a lot worse. And I want to show you just how tall some of this vegetation is. This is just long grass here, which is about a foot tall. And they say it could have been really bad here on this bluff here in North Portland. Now, this all started around 11:15 yesterday morning. That's when they say that this man first began to set these fires. Once fire crews arrived, they noticed a man who they later identified as 41-year-old Joel Epwan leaving the area in a hurry. Portland police then arrested Epwan. He's been charged with 3 counts of arson in the first degree. Those are all felonies. And this is an area where, again, fires could be really dangerous. There's a large homeless population and homes just at the top of the bluff nearby. Fire officials say in an area like this, fighting fires gets tricky.
Accessing some of these vegetation fires is a little bit difficult. It isn't like we're driving up on a roadway, there's a hydrant to attach to, and there's a structure sitting right there. It isn't part of a designed area. It's open space.
Now, Graves there says this is a time of year where everyone needs to be really cautious about fire. The temperatures are starting to pick up, and so is the wind. And we showed you that bluff right there and the trail we were just on between where these homeless camps are and these homes. I want to show you some of this taller grass, which is just on top of the bluff. This is, look, I mean, 3 feet tall, guys. So you can imagine if those fires did pick up before Portland Fire was able to put them out, it could have spread all the way up here because, as we all know, those fires run uphill. And then could have been a problem for these homes and, of course, those homeless populations down there as well. Now, as for Epwan, the man who is accused of setting these fires, he's expected to be in court today. His first arraignment is scheduled at 2 o'clock this afternoon. Guys?
All right, Thomas Schultz live for us there this morning in North Portland. Meanwhile, a local jury found a former freelance journalist guilty of vandalizing multiple synagogues and a black-owned business. 34-year-old Michael Bivens was convicted on charges of second-degree bias crime and arson. Investigators say Bivens targeted 2 synagogues, a mosque, and a black-owned restaurant called Everybody Eats PDX during his crime spree in the spring of 2022. Police arrested Bivens after he walked into a local news station and made anti-Semitic remarks indicating his involvement in these crimes.
I hope that it sends the signal that we don't tolerate that in Portland. We don't tolerate that in Multnomah County, that these crimes are extremely serious. We take them seriously and we will prosecute them. And we will take this all the way to the end and seek justice.
Bivens is set for sentencing in September.
Authorities are asking for help stopping a crime ring that appears to be targeting local cannabis shops. The suspects have been recorded on surveillance video breaking into and burglarizing some 24 stores across the metro area since the start of the year. In many of these incidents, thieves use cars to smash through the side of the building, followed by look at that, just into that building right there. This follows with masked individuals grabbing anything that they can. In many cases, the losses are substantial. One store lost $100,000 in product. Multnomah County DA Nathan Vasquez says 2 people believed to be part of the team have been indicted, but there's more people out there.
And what we've seen in those videos and what we've seen in these cases are examples of how there are certain criminals out there that think that they can get away with these types of crimes with reckless abandon. And we're here to say we are going to come at you aggressively.
If you recognize any of the people in the videos, you're urged to give law enforcement a call.
We've aired lots of stories in the past, right, about people breaking out of jail, but how about this one about someone trying to break into jail? Police arrested a man in Columbia County for allegedly doing just that. This video shows what we're talking about. After getting released from a DUI detox hold, this man was caught on camera repeatedly kicking the front door of the jail's lobby and shattering the glass. So he did go back to jail because St. Helens police quickly arrested him again. He's charged with felony criminal mischief.
When it comes to how the state of Oregon is approaching homelessness, Republican State Senator Daniel Bonham says that we are focusing on efforts in the wrong area here. Our Tim Gordon recently sat down with 2 Senate leaders from both parties to recap the long legislative session on Straight Talk. Among other things, they discussed how one of the governor's priorities this year was to direct more funding towards housing development. Senator Bonham thinks a different approach is needed.
We're spending a lot of money on housing, and I don't believe you can house your way out of homelessness. I don't think any state in the nation, any jurisdiction in the nation has been able to do that. You do have to start with the care and the treatment, and you have to get people into a good place.
Tim also spoke with the senators about the lack of transportation funding package this session and addressing the state's educational shortfalls. But you can watch the full episode of Straight Talk tomorrow or Sunday night at 6:30 or Monday at 7 or anytime on our free TV app, KGW+.
So that's what Straight Talk's covering. Meanwhile, the Sunrise Show was all over Slurpee Day. Today is July 11th, or 7-11, and that means free Slurpee Day at all 7-Eleven stores. Man, Chad Dehart, our trusty Sunrise photographer, has had this plum assignment today. Checking out the action at this 7-Eleven off Southwest Arthur Street, just off Nadeau Parkway.
Whoa.
So I've never heard of this one, China. Maybe you have. This apparently is the Punk Bunny Green Day Kerplunk Candy Grape Slurpee.
I think they need to add at least 2 more names into that.
Punk Bunny Green Day Kerplunk Candy Grape Slurpee. Chad's got a whole bunch lined up there on the shelf. Again, free Slurpees all day today at your local 7-Eleven.
I always go for the grape snow cone, kind of similar to icy, but you eat it with your mouth, of course. And I always do the grape color, so I'm interested in grape.
The man is lying live on air because the entire morning he's been saying he gets the Coke Slurpee.
Well, the
and now
Coke
you're
Slurpee.
getting the grape Slurpee.
But I do the grape snow cone, so now I think, well, maybe I would like the grape Slurpee because they're very similar.
And did you say one you eat with your mouth?
Well, the snow cone, of course.
Well,
yeah.
what do you eat the other one with?
We have the straw.
That goes in your mouth, right?
Well, yes.
Come on. I don't do Slurpees. I thought maybe there's a way you take in the Slurpee that it was different than the mouth.
You and I are going to have to go get a Slurpee after this.
Oh my gosh.
I'll treat. Here's a look at the, it's free. Here's the Snook Winds Casino Resort camera in Lincoln City. Another morning, I think every morning's been this way, right? Fog, low clouds, and then eventually breaking out and getting some sun. Here you go again, 54 degrees. It's mainly clear inland, not perfectly clear. This is looking off to the west, and this is perfectly clear. Gorgeous morning out over the Reserve Vineyards and Golf Club in a low of 61. We have some cloudiness mainly on the east sides. Oregon City, of course, kind of down there in the southeastern quadrant of the overall metro area. You can see a pretty morning with some cloudiness over the covered wagon sculpture there from the end of the Oregon Trail Interpretive Center in beautiful Oregon City. 56 Happy Valley, 57 Tigard, 61 up in Scappoose. Battleground, the cool pocket this morning at 53 degrees. We've got 59 in Canby this morning, and that matches our capital city at 59. Forecast is dry, no extreme heat, no watches, no warnings, no alerts. Bam, that's good news for a Friday, right? So traveling should be no issues in terms of the weather, minus the reduced visibility right along the coast early this morning. 89 Salem to 90, same in Albany, Madras 88, Pendleton 90 degrees. We are certainly going to be noticeably warmer than the last 2 days. Last 2 days we've hit 80. Today we might hit 90. If we get some early cloudiness tomorrow, that would keep us down a little bit, but still 88. And then 93 Sunday. Monday is key, I think, to how hot it's going to be on Tuesday, Wednesday. There's a wave of cooler weather, 87. Now, Tuesday we show up with an east wind. It still looks like these could be 2 hot days. KGW weather impact alert, but Matt lowered his temps last night. I've lowered mine this morning. 95 Tuesday, 98 Wednesday. Still uncomfortable. You want to plan your day around the hot weather, but there are signs that maybe we'll bring those temps down a little bit yet. So we'll see. That's your update on a Friday.